So here in Brazil, we have this way of acting, of living, uh, that is very typical from here. And I'm sure if you know any Brazilian, you maybe you have heard about it. That is the Brazilian way of living. They call here popularly as jeitinho brasileiro, that in English is Brazilian way of living. And this is very important for the Brazilians here. Without this, I don't know how people here could survive, okay? And I explain in this video why and what is this kind of Brazilian way of life, jeitinho brasileiro, from a native perspective. So you are gonna learn from a native, very peculiar cultural way of behavior of the Brazilians. Okay, so I have sure that this video will worth it. Okay, so here in Brazil, first of all, let me share my experience. I've been to Europe once. I made a trip for there. Okay, and I watch a lot the American pranks, the American influencers, and I like to notice some difference for here. Okay, I notice people in first world country generally a lot, not a lot, but a bit ingenious. Okay, how could I say? It's like everything is fine and things like this are very relaxed people. They always trust in people like this. Okay, it's very funny way observing this way of acting, because here in Brazil is not like this. Okay, because here I feel we can never relax because different from the first world country, here in Brazil we have some problems. Okay, we have many advantages of living here, but we have some basic problems that were not solved yet. Problems like the violence, the violence rates. There are places in Brazil that are very safe that I know. I talk about here in my channel. You can subscribe and watch this video. But in general, in big cities, the crime rates are high. Okay, we cannot relax. If you are in a car, we have to look to the sides every time and expect something to happen. Okay, and it's kind of like this. I cannot take my phone and just record a video in the middle of the street because I have the risk of something happen. Okay, I'm not saying to be a paranoid or thing like this, but the risk, we have this risk here. Okay, in first world country, you don't need to worry about this. Okay, you just relax. So we have this economic problem here, that we have this inflation that depreciates the currency. So the money here past year is more depreciated. So you will have to figure out a way of paying the bills every month and every year. And now what? How can we pay the bills? It's always like this. It's like this chronic economic problem. Okay, we have few jobs here. It's difficult to hire. It's difficult to open a company here, to hire. We have a lot of structural problems that makes Brazilian people are accustomed to live in danger, some kind of worry. Okay, and this is a very chronic problem. This is not a thing from 10 years until today, is 20 years, 30 years. It's almost a century. It's so old. The problems here are so chronic and so old. And Brazil is this kind of stable, disorganized, and have this problem for a long time. Okay, this is what I mean. Okay, This is so old that is impregnated. Some things are impregnated in the culture, like Brazilian as people are always worried and try to figure out a way. And this is the jeitinho brasileiro, Brazilian ways of life. Okay, this makes Brazilian people be very creative, very extroverted, very creative, because we are accustomed to have to figure out a way of overcoming the difficulties. Okay, let's be honest, we have difficulties, the life is hard, okay? It's not because you are in a first world country that you doesn't have hardships and difficulties, okay? Okay, we agree. But in Brazil we have these life hardships and difficulties that are normal to every person, and we have to work in addition with basic things. Like, as I said, the criminals, streets are always, we have this structural problem, the streets, the roads, and inflation, these basic problems we have to, these additional problems here that we have to develop this natural capacity of overcoming the hardships, the difficulties. And if wasn't like this here, I don't know how Brazilian could survive and could be alive, okay, just like this. It's kind of survival mechanism we have, okay? And if you have a conversation with a Brazilian, try to ask him, what is jeitinho brasileiro? Is jeitinho brasileiro really true? This exists, the jeitinho brasileiro? Almost sure he will say that it exists, but maybe he will not know how it comes from, and I'm telling you where it came from exactly. So in this moment you know a little bit more about Brazil than the native, okay? So this Brazilian way of life comes from here, for the harshness, additional harshness we have here that we don't see in first world country, and make Brazilians be like they are, always creative and things like this. And that's it. I hope I could help you to understand a little bit more about Brazil from native perspective. If you want to know more about us Brazilians, please subscribe this channel and tap the like button to motivate me doing more videos like this, okay? Thank you and see you!